Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. There's a companion book by Barbara Moore. I'm not going to use it, but in case you want that information, it's there. It's a Llewellyn book, Llewellyn.com. It's from 2004, but if that information helps you, enjoy. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle deck. Is that what it says? Oracle cards. By Colette Baron Reed. A lot of websites for this person. Okay. So there's her website, ColetteBaronReed.com, which when this focuses, you could freeze frame here. There's a few other websites there too if you want to search them out. Just freeze frame and just do what you would like to do with that information. Here's a little bit more information. Deviant Books, or Deviant what? DeviantArt.com, I believe, is where you would find the deck. This is from 2009, so just keep that in mind. The Autumn Goddess at autumngoddess.deviantart.com. In case any of that interests you, go ahead and enjoy as you will. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? I think I like this. I think your energy is flying. Oh, we got possibilities. Your energy's like flying. Is it flying high or is it like all over the place? Is it flying high or is it all over the place? Good question. Transformation. Ooh. So sometimes I'm going to start with this. Wheel of Fortune and the Swan Queen, which is talking about transformation. Like duck to swan, or ducklings, not duckling. The swan is like, it's a transformation card. And the Wheel of Fortune, like we're going forward to the next situation. Something new is coming forward. Maybe a situation, like you may not be leaving a situation, but it's evolving to the next level. I don't know why, but I'm getting this Pokemon reference of an evolving Pokemon, which some of you will jive with that. Other people will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just something going to the next level. That's all, just something coming in, going to the next level. And I think they're trying to give you a heads up about this. Kind of like, you're just doing what needs to be done. I don't think you're trying to push a change. You're just kind of like, I'm just doing what needs to be done. But I think you're heralding in the change, though. You are causing the change, but it's not like you're trying to. It's just kind of like, well, this is what needs to be done, so that's what I'm doing, which is causing change. Like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but they're just saying what you're doing is causing a change, is causing an upgrade of the situation. It's kind of like, this wasn't good enough, so I fixed it, and then people followed suit and fixed their piece too. Because of that, the whole situation became something different. It's kind of like, instead of a little old broken down house, we now have a 2-story little building because we all did our part and we upgraded it and did a couple add-ons and cleaned up things and made a little nice patio out front. So now it's like, there's a lot more space here. There's a lot more to get done because you did what you were supposed to do. You fixed things, and everybody else is like, well, if the Sagittarius is going to make the effort, I should make the effort too. And people followed suit. I'm kind of feeling like you're inspiring people, kind of like, and for some people, for some of you, this is a work situation, and it's kind of like they're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. Kind of like, I'm not going to be shown up by the Sagittarius. I mean, don't let it bother you too much. There are some of you are dealing with that though. Like, some people will literally just do the right thing for the wrong reason. Kind of like, oh, I'm not going to be shown up by the Sagittarius just because the Sagittarius has the gall to do that. I'm not being left behind, so I'm gonna follow suit. I'm gonna do that too, just so people think I'm awesome too. That's not why you were doing it, but because literally I'm getting a lot of stress around you. Like, other people are like, oh my God, here we go with the Sagittarius again. Like, I feel like some people are looking at you literally like that, like, oh, here we go with the Sagittarius again. They're advancing things again. Well, I gotta keep up, because if I don't keep up, I'm gonna be left behind. So I'm gonna do my part too. Some people are cranky about it. I feel like they're just giving you a heads up about it. You're not doing anything wrong. Don't let it bother you. Just kind of move on from it. Kind of keep going with what you got to do. I don't see you like pushing or making anybody else do anything they don't want to do. If they're perceiving that if you do better, they have to do better, that's them. That's on them. Nobody said they had to do anything. And not for nothing, you know how you have to do your job. You're not, I don't feel like you're even concerned about what they're doing. Kind of like everybody has different responsibilities. If they can do more, great. If they can't do more, then they can't do more. So I don't see you really judging other people like that. There's a weird energy here, like something is staying and going. How are we staying and going? Some people are just not going to be able to cut it. I feel, is this different people or is this the same energy? Because we got the Three of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like some people are complaining. And I feel like some people are going to abandon, I want to say partially abandon some of their responsibilities. And that's not going to change. It feels very passive to me. Just kind of like, some people are just kind of like letting you take control of something. Part of this, I feel like somebody's abandoning partial responsibility to the situation. And you're kind of picking up the slack, which is actually giving you control and helping you make something better. I don't know if you like it. Do you like it? I don't know if you like it. It's weird. It's kind of like a catch-22. Because this person is kind of like backing off on their responsibilities, I don't think they're completely abandoning. No, I don't think they're completely abandoning. But it does put it so you can fix it and do it the way you want it to. And it does go better. But it's more responsibility on you. And it kind of feels like they should be, something's going on here. Something like, I'm not really comfortable with it. But it is working to my benefit. Because I'm getting the Strength card with you, kind of like you just keep moving with it. All right, this is kind of how it worked out. There's good and bad to it. I get that. But I'm also getting like, well, you got the Sisters of the Seasons. With the Seven of Cups, kind of like, I'm not going to be able to keep doing this forever. But I do think for the short period that you are doing this more on your own, you get to redefine the rules and how it's done. Because what I really feel like is going to happen is somebody's kind of backing off on the responsibility. They're putting more on you. You're getting the opportunity to realign this the way you want it to, but it can only go for so long, especially with the Sisters of the Seasons. Only a little while, especially when the season is what, like 3 months? I believe that's right. 4 seasons, there's 3 months, yeah. Okay. So, like, maybe literally like a 3-month period, and then you're going to have to start integrating other people in. That might be the key. If somebody else is backing off on the responsibilities, can you add somebody else in to pick up? And when you add in somebody else, you can show them how to do it the way that works, and just kind of leave it at that. And then also, you show them that way to do it, and then you make sure you stay as reference, so anytime they need help, they come back to you, and you can not only keep it in line, but every time they have a question, if something goes a little wonky, you can be like, well, do it this way. Helps you keep things where you want to keep it. Whoever's backing off, I don't feel like they completely disappear, by the way. They just seem to be backing off, which is fine. And I feel like they don't want to be involved with it, but they won't completely disappear, but they don't want to be that deeply involved with it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of quasi, like, in and out. If you can get somebody else to help you and pick up the slack, I'm telling you, it'll be so much easier for you. It may be like one of those things where I'm like, oh, well, too many cooks spoil the soup, or whatever it is. Too many cooks, screw it up. But I'm getting, in this situation, this actually might work because it's kind of like your head cook. And whoever's adding in is like prep chef, like the prep, like they're doing the prep work. So you just keep doing them through the prep work, and you make sure the main dish works out the way you want. So the fact that you're adding another person in because they're prep chef and you're main chef, it will work. As long as you got to stay main chef. You got to stay main chef. If you don't, well, then we could have a repeat of other big problems, and I'm not interested in that, I'm sure. Keep that in mind. You got to stay main chef. I know we're using that analogy, but you have to be main. If you stay that way, you'll be happy, and this will work out, and you'll have somebody to work with. again, it feels like too many cooks in the kitchen. There we go. I think I finally said it right. But again, if you're main chef, they're prep chef, the new person's prep chef. The other one's kind of like, faux chef. Not really the chef, because they're just kind of flittering in and out. They're just kind of stirring some pots every now and then. They're like making sure like the stuff on the stove isn't burning, and they're just kind of flipping things every now and then just to make sure nothing goes bad. They're like faux chef. I would call that faux chef. They're just showing up and like, oh, this needs to be stirred, I'll stir it. Just kind of walking around making sure nothing's burning. That's kind of like what they're doing. So if this makes sense, hopefully I'm giving this, like, you're the main chef, you're saying what's going to happen, and you're taking care of the main pieces and making sure things get started and stopped and done on time. You got a new person, they're the prep chef. You need the chicken cut, you need this boiled, you need some rice boiled, you need some, scallions cut up, you need this, you need some tomatoes crushed, whatever you need. That person, you're telling them, they're doing it, you're making sure it works out. The other person who's just barely there, the faux chef, every now and then just kind of like, oh, do you need something? Oh, here, I'll stir this so it doesn't, like, I'll watch this for you real quick. Kind of like, you can go take a break and I'll watch it, make sure nothing burns, and, I'll flip this and make sure that doesn't go, and I'll just make sure everything keeps going. And then you come back in and they don't really change anything. They just they don't want to. They just oversee things and make sure they just stay the way you want them because they don't want control again. Resting, yeah. Is that, yeah. Resting tree. The winged wise ones. And then the three. This energy actually, I feel like they're going to be very nice to you. They don't want anything to do with this. It may seem like it's kind of weird or kind of like, it just seems like, why are they even there? This one, like the faux chef. Every now and then I feel like I get aggravated. Like, I feel like they get credit for things a little bit that they shouldn't. But in a political sense, I'm not saying it's right, but I feel like this is how this works out easiest for you. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how it's how it's playing out. Anything else with that? All right, I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.